Hi everyone, I'm Dr. B. Satyakeerthiraju, working as an assistant professor in BSH department in BV Raju Institute of Technology, Narsapur. And course name is English Skills Enhancement. And I would like to talk about communication happens through two modes primarily. One is oral communication, the other one is written communication. So here my primary focus is to bring written communication, how it happens, and in professional manner, how can we communicate with others in professional settings through mails. Okay, and my topic is email writing. Here we can take about the steps that are involved in writing email. Let us see overview of the presentation, introduction to email writing, and the importance of email writing, the steps involved in email writing, activities. So we can go through the slides. Email writing refers to the process of composing and sending messages to um, electronic messages to using email platforms. It involves conveying information, ideas, requests, or composition through written text in a digital format. Email writing has become a fundamental mode of communication in both personal and professional context due to its convenience, speed, and wide reach. It is used for various purposes such as sharing information, discussing ideas, and collaborating on projects, sending formal communications, and more. And you can see the basic pattern of writing an email and compose. When we compose an email, this is the pattern which we see on the screen. And from address, we are sending sender address, and the second one is to address, one recipient's address, and third column is CC. CC stands for carbon copy, and BCC stands for blind carbon copy. CC, which means when we want to send mails to many people, and target person one, and you can also send mail to other persons also in CC, and it will be reached to all the members at a time, and target person only one intended person is receives in the main line too, and in the backup you can keep CC, and it will also be reached to other people also. And the BCC, it is like blind carbon copy, which means intended person does not know to whom you are sending this mail, whether you are sending to only one person, or do you want to send other people also to the as a copy of reference. So blind carbon copy, it is used for only in professional settings, okay, and as a reference. And next line indicates subject, and what is the subject line that you want to discuss about. And next one is body of the email, and you can write down whatever the point that you want to discuss throughout the email. This is the basic pattern. I have given a picture, you can also go through it. And second one is importance of email writing. And here I have mentioned some of the points, you can go through that. And efficient communication, email allows you to communicate with individuals or groups quickly and effectively, and without the need for physical presence or synchronous communication, because it does not need any synchronous communication. Okay, and the next one is documentation. Emails serve as a written record of conversation and agreements or decisions, instructions to the documents. Can be useful for reference, accountability, and resolving disputes. Third one is global reach. And emails can be sent to any person in the world, overcoming geographical barriers and time zones. Formal communication, email is commonly used in formal communication and in professional settings. And it is the ways, the way we send an email, official announcements and reports and proposals, and business related documents. And flexibility, and emails can be composed and read at the convenience of the sender, because and recipient also, they provide flexibility for both the parties to respond when it is suitable for them, because we don't command people to sit and read at the time. Of course, when we send an email and people who receive it, and according to the flexibility, the time it is available to them, they can go through it, right? And asynchronous communication, it is unlike phone calls or video calling, something like that. It is something, if you want to, asynchronous nature allows for more thoughtful responses, because you need not to respond immediately then and there. You can take time, you can come up with a good response, and it will reduce the pressure and to respond immediately. And next one is professionalism. Properly crafted emails demonstrate professionalism and attention to detail. Good email writing skills reflect positively on the sender's communication abilities. And concise communication, emails encourage brevity and due to its format, which can help in conveying messages scientifically and avoiding unnecessarily verbosity. Okay, next one, share information. Emails can be used to disseminate information, because when we want to send an information to somebody, and it can reach to wide audience at a time, also specific groups. If you have any certain group, if you want to communicate to certain group, then you can communicate, and it is useful for announcements also, newsletters, updates. Remote work and collaboration, what does it mean here? Yes, remote work and virtual collaboration and have become more prevalent. Email is primarily means of communication among team members and colleagues. Networking, email is a common medium, and for networking, whether it is reaching out professionals and order confirmations or marketing communication. And next one is privacy and security. And email platforms offer various security features like encryption, spam filters, and authentication, ensuring a level of privacy in communication. And unsubscribe and output. If sending marketing promotional emails, include an easy way for recipients to unsubscribe or opt out from future communications. Respect privacy. Avoid sharing sensitive messages or personal information to through mail. And if necessary, use encrypted channels, okay, for sensitive data. Because when we send any data, and we usually see some people are stealing our data. Okay, so we should be careful of using this, and avoid overrushing reply all. Only use reply all when all recipients need to see your response. If somebody, if you want to send a message to group of students or a group of teachers that you are have collaboration with, if they want to get to know something from your side, you can send, because all members belong to your same group. Okay, then avoiding cluttering inboxes with unnecessary messages. Double check recipients and before hitting send button, and we have to ensure that you are sending the intended person or not, or a recipient, whether you are selected the same that you want to communicate, and that person got selected or not. Sometimes in overlapping, we try to select in the name of alphabet. When we are going through, we can make mistakes. So we try to see that whether the person that you intended to send, whether that person is selected or some other person selected. Okay, before you send, you have to verify. And writing effective emails involves a series of steps to ensure your message is clear, professional, and well received. Okay, and here's step by step guide to help you write impactful emails, and step by step, and how to start. Okay, and first of all, what things that you have to carry when you want to compose an email in a professional manner, and these are the steps can help us to engage and our information, and these are the steps make us to write professionally. Okay, and first one, you can see define your purpose, identify the main reason for sending the mail. Okay, email, and when you are sending, you have to identify main reason. What is the reason that you are sending? Okay, are you providing information, asking for assistance, or confirming a meeting, or making a request? Okay, and consider the recipient. Okay, trailer your email to the recipient's needs, preferences, and relationship with you, because whether the recipient is well known or unfamiliar person or somehow known, you have to have clarity before you compose your mail. Okay, and consider their role, level of familiarity, and the cultural and or professional considerations, and craft a clear subject line. First of all, write a concise subject, because when we are composing email and people try to bring up all the information in subject line, that is not good at all, and people are busy at looking at your mails also. You have to remember one thing, and main identification, main line of your subject, main line of your body of the letter, okay, email, or whatever you want to send an information, what is the main line that you have to keep in subject line. Then, and people, one who receives your email, then they immediately the look fall on the subject line. Then if that is very important, they respond immediately, otherwise they take time to respond. Okay, so recipient attention, you have to draw the attention of the recipients. Okay, and make it relevant and informative. Greeting. Start with a professional and appropriate greeting according to the time of the day, and addressing the recipient by their name. Okay, or if possible, dear. Okay, you can keep the name of the recipients, and hi or common options. Introduction. Introduce yourself if necessary, especially if the recipient may not know you well. Okay, if you are writing an email to any organization or any company that you are not aware of the person, then you have to introduce yourself in a concise manner, and provide context for your email, and establish the reason for your communication. Okay, and why are you sending an email to somebody? Okay, what is the reason? Okay, and before you send that, you have to collect the information, what is the main agenda, okay, for sending this email to that person. Okay, and so state your purpose, and stating our purpose is very, very important. Okay, so closing here, end your email with a courteous closing phrase, such as sincerely, best regards you, and you can follow by your name, and you can say sincerely and best regards, with regards, you can keep like that. Then you can bring your name there. Okay, this is what you have to follow, and finally you have to keep your signature, and uh, after completing entire writing, then you have to ask one of your colleagues or one of your friends, or who is very close to you, or somehow academic person, you can ask them to read your mail, because they are not familiar with, they do not know what you have written in that. Okay, so they come up with a fresh mind, and they just go through your email. Then they proofread, it functions like a proofread, and before sending, carefully proofread your email. Okay, for spelling, because sometimes in overlapping, in a rush of time, and when we hurriedly we try to do something. Okay, so in order to avoid all these things, after writing, you have to ask for somebody to give proofreading. Then you have to ask them to check the grammar also, formatting errors, any errors occurred. Okay, a well written email reflects positively on your communication skills. Okay, so review attachments after proofreading gets over. Then you have to attach the files that you want to upload with your email. Okay, review attachments. If you are including attachments, and mention them in the body of the email, and double check that they are relevant and properly attached. Sometimes, after you attach your attachments or any information that you want sent to through your mail, sometimes they may not be attached, or sometimes something vague, something due to some internet problems also, we can find it looks to be attached, but it may not. So you have to cross check before you send that. Okay, then you have to click on the attachment, whether the information, whether that file or that report, whatever you wanted to send, intended information is available with that mail or not. You have to cross check. Okay, and by following these steps, you can ensure that your emails are effective, clear, and professional, and fostering better communication and achieving your communication goals. And I would like to bring some add-ons also. Add-ons: be concise when you want to compose your mail, when you want to write down. Keep your mail focused and concise, and be informative. And avoid unnecessary details or information, because sometimes people try to bring up so many things in that. Email is mainly used for professional communication, right? And only it is communicated in a professional manner. So you do directly relate to your main point, and provide context and details. And you have to state the point that you want to convey to the receiver. Okay, and this is what I wanted to get assistance from you, or this is the product that I want to get from you, and this is the information I want to convey to you. So when you emphasize the point that you want to convey to the receiver, then he focuses on for that point. He focuses, because that is very, very important in email. And here, use bullet points or lists, in order to maintain information in an organized manner. If you want to give something in a concise manner, in an exhaustive manner, you have to put the points in an order. Okay, when you keep the in an order, in a bullet points wise, and people try to go by points wise, one, second, and third point, something like that, first, second, third, like that. So people get to know the information, and they will remember the message, entire message, and what exactly you want from the receiver also. It helps people to remember the entire body of the letter also. Okay, and here, address questions or concerns. Okay, and if you are responding to previous communication or addressing questions or concerns, ensure you provide clear and complete answers. Okay, and you can also mention, please feel free to contact us, and when you give contact number, they make contact over the phone also, right? And it makes people to feel free to interact, right? Sometimes, maximum we can communicate through email. If they have any suggestion, or if they have any clarity regarding the that information, if it is not something conveyed clearly, then they can make a call over the phone. And this is very, very important. And call to attention, next one. And clearly state what action, if any, you expect the recipients to take. Okay, the moment when you send an email, and they have to respond to your email, okay, what action you are expecting from the receivers to take, whether it is a response or confirmation or task, make it explicit. because you are looking for something confirmation from the recipients. For example, if you send a resume to a recruiter, okay, you want to get confirmation from those people and whether they accepted your resume or not, whether the resume is in a well format or not. Of course, we can also see in academics, when we send, when we upload any paper in any respected journal, and we always look for the positive reply also. And if they ask us to edit and go for something, rewrite or something like that, that can also be done, right? And when we get the confirmation from the, until we get the confirmation, we try to follow it up, and we try to bring in a concise and well manner the format that we use. And this will definitely help us to identify, and we will wait for their acceptance. Those who receive mail from us, we will wait for their acceptance. Until we get the acceptance, it is not fulfilled the task. Okay, so polite tone, what is the next one, next point? And polite tone, maintain a polite and respectful tone throughout the email. Okay, and throughout the email we have to use the appropriate language, and the way you use the language, it defines and it decides, and people definitely they try to go through your organized mail and they immediately respond also. Because if you do not state your purpose in a concise or in a clear manner, those people get, often they get confused. Okay, so we should not make it clumsy, or we should not make it something around the bush, something like that. No, and we have to draft it and come back to it later for review and editing. Okay, and subject edit, this comes under subject edit, and recipient review. And here we can see, before hitting send, consider whether the email achieves its intended purpose from the recipient perspective. Because when we are sending an email to somebody, we think that whatever we have written is totally good, it's so good, it looks to be so good to person who is sending. But when you ask your friends, or when you ask your colleague to read the composed email, then they try to come up with a fresh mind, and they try to edit something. It may be alignment, somewhere you may go wrong, somewhere you may go wrong with the spelling mistake, somewhere you may go wrong with the grammatical errors. Okay, so try to avoid them. That really makes your email in a well manner. It really brings worthy, and it brings quality to quality email. Okay, so here you can see, next one is a formal email of response or reply. You can see this, you would use this type of email is used when replying to an email, to even a telephone conversation or conversation where somebody has asked you for something. When we are asked by somebody about something, and this is the, I have given this email as a standardized format, and you can see this information, and like this we have to write. Okay, I have given one standardized email, then followed by some activities also. Later on you can see that. And here you can see, dear Mr. Karan Paul, with reference to your last email regarding the current situation with the Skimpton Airport project, I can confirm the following. Okay, and he is giving confirmation. Okay, whether the information that you conveyed to me, this is or something else. Okay, and we successfully completed stage 2 on Monday, and at present we are preparing to start stage 3, and he is giving exactly the current status of that work. Right, and when we come up with that kind of writing, and people get to know exactly what is happening, it is like a report. Okay, and here on the whole the project is going well. We have not encountered any problem with the machinery, but there are still some minor issues with the delivery system. Okay, as was pointed out in our last meeting, the problem with the delivery system is due to the software. It is a very common software issue, and we just need time to correct the code. Rest assured that issue is being looked into, and we are confident that it will of the month. It will be finished of this month. Okay, next one. Please accept my apologies for not receiving a copy of the updated project report earlier. Please find attached a copy, okay, of the report at the end of the mail. So when we attach any report, then you can mention, you have to mention it in the body of the letter. Okay, and please accept the attachment what I attach it to along with this mail. So with regards, you suggest to extend the period of post installation support from 6 months to 12 months. May I suggest that we discuss this matter at the next project update meeting. Okay, and finally you have to give complimentary closing. This is very essential. Okay, so I hope that this answers your questions, answers your questions. Okay, and okay, I hope you have I have done something well manner, something like that. Okay, so it finds it suits to your questions. You can also say like that. Okay, if you require any further assistance, I told you before also, and please do not hesitate to contact me on mobile so and so number. Okay, so here if they need any sort of information, if they want to get some more confirmation or some more details about that, they can also contact over the phone, because this really makes people to understand maximum. Okay, and if they want to get some sort of information, if any senders miss out, they can also contact over the phone, right? And I look forward to hearing from you. This is very, very important. And when you are expecting something, a reply from receiver. Okay, and here I look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, and David Michael, project manager. Okay, and next one, uh, here you can also see this email writing wide range of topics, each serving a specific purpose in communication. Here are some different topics of email writing along with the brief explanation for each. Okay, and here I would like to bring an activity, and we ask the students generally to when we give some context clues. By looking at context clues, they come up with the description. Okay, they have to construct sentences by using the clues that we provide to the students. And here you can see business correspondence, sending or responding to inquiries and request for information and general information related to business operations, and meeting invitations and confirmation. Okay, and sales marketing, sending promotional emails, offers, discounts. Okay, rescheduling and cancellations, academic communication. We use primarily and mainly emails in these settings. And here I want to discuss about activity one, how we conduct, how we make um, uh, email availability to our students, and we ask the students to follow these steps and for succeeding in writing email. And here business correspondence, subject inquiry about product availability. Okay, inquiry about product availability, and hi, you can keep name there. And I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to inquire about the availability of the, then they have to select one word which is given at the bottom of the mail. Okay, body of the letter, and they have to keep a right word in the fill in the blank. They have to fill with the right word in the blank. Okay, so according to the context, they have to understand what word can set into that particular blank. Okay, so if you see that, availability of the XYZ product. No, I have given XYZ. You can name it anything. And XYZ product in your inventory. Could you please provide me with information regarding its availability, pricing, and any special offers that might be applicable? Okay, so we give 4 5 words and 6 words, and then they have to select each word which can really fix and suitable to that blank according to the context, according to that sentence. Okay, then they will be familiar with the sentences and how to compose an email writing. They will be familiar with this kind of writing. Okay, email writing. And no, that will definitely make people to aware of the steps that they need to follow when they want to write in a professional manner. Okay, and here best records and name and contact information. And activity 2, what I would like to suggest my students is an internal company communication, 30 40 words. The instructions to tell you to who to write to, and what you should write. Okay, either you're writing note, message, or memo, or an email. Okay, an email. You are the staff representative in a company. The management are proposing some changes to your working hours. You decide to call a meeting with staff to discuss the changes with them. Plan an email to all staff. This is the question we provide, context we provide students to, and we give some contextual clues also. You can see this, saying what the changes to the working hours will involve, and giving the time and the day of the meeting, and explaining why the meeting is important. Okay, and they have to compose an email based on these 3 points, right? And these 3 points are very very important. Incorporating and writing, an email, composing an email with these 3 points. And it is nearly 30 to 40 words, because at the beginning of the semester we give, in the middle of the semester, beginning of the semester we give that fill in the blanks, activity 1. In the middle of the semester we give this kind of thing. Okay, and they can compose a small, emails, short emails, 30 to 40 words email. Okay, after they get clarity, after they get the clarity of writing an email in a well manner. Okay, then they switch to writing part 2. Okay, a piece of business correspondence, 60 to 80 words. A notice, an advertisement, or etc. to read. The instructions tell you what to write and who to write to. Mergers and acquisitions proposal, and here you can see I have provided 2 contextual clues. Imagine you are the CEO of a company and write an email to the board of directors proposing a strategic merger or acquisition that aligns with your company's growth goals. Okay, so they can bring up any kind of setting, and what type of language they have to use, and agenda is to conduct a meeting, to the directors of that company. Okay, so how do we conduct? Okay, and what are the steps that we need to follow? Okay, and they can imagine, they feel like they are in the role of CEO of that company, and then they come up with many sentences. I have mentioned 60 to 80. Of course they can extend to 100 also. Okay, so at the end of the semester they take this writing part 2, then they become very good in writing email. Okay, and by writing this writing part 2, definitely they can have good idea, and they can come up with a good description skills also. Okay, and how to address and how to narrate, how to continue, how to closing, how to give their complimentary closings and all. This is what they learn, and part activity 2. And I would like to go with finally references. References is one of the important thing, and here I have given corporate emails in English, what I went through, and this is one of the good books, and brief context and language by professional organizations. And the next websites also you can see, and this is online writing guides. Purdue OW, which means Online Writing Lab, offers a comprehensive guide to email etiquette and writing tips for professional communication. You can use this platforms also to learn how to write an email in a perfect manner, in a well manner. Okay, business communication books also, the elements of business writing by Gary Black and Robert W. Bly, a practical guide to effective business communication, include email writing. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.